Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Max, Graham, and I are about to start this new episode. It's a really good one. But before that, while you're listening, why don't you check out our Facebook page or Patreon page, or give us a rating and review on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. Now let's start the show.
I want you to remember to stay good boys and girls. Respect your mothers and fathers and do what they tell you. Obey your teachers and learn a whole lot. Now, if you do this, I'll make sure you get good presents from me every year. But if you're bad boys and girls, your name goes in the bad boys and girls book. And I'll bring you something horrible.
Aha! Pumpkin Spice Podcast. Back again, myself, Rob Schulte, Graham Young, Max Yoder, with a new holiday spice treat for you all. And what's that? The spice must flow, correct, Graham?
Yes, that is correct. The spice must flow. As always, a special shout out to Trump. Fuck you. Max, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Fuck Trump.
So, guys, I really enjoyed... Oh, fuck Trump, yes. I really enjoyed this week's movie. I liked it more than Black Christmas. What did we watch?
This week we watched Black Christmas, remember? No, this week we watched Christmas Evil from 1980, directed by Lewis Gordon, is that right? No, Lewis Jackson, I'm sorry. Lewis Jackson is the director. So, right off the bat, the film stars Brandon Maggart. And Max, do you know who his real-life daughter is?
Fiona Apple. Actually, I was hoping to get you guys, because I looked him up on Wikipedia. I was, just curious about him. And then, I thought that was the trivia kicker in that one.
Oh, man. Guys, I very much, have actively stayed away from looking up anything on these movies, so before we were talking about this, Graham told me that, and my mind was blown. I don't know why, but...
It's just a weird connection, yeah.
Rob's reaction to that was pretty funny, so sorry about that. I'll keep my trivia until we actually start the show.
Well, I'll tell you this, it was like this. Holy shit, really? Okay, so that's what it is. Fiona Apple's his daughter, criminal. I actually took a lot of notes during this one, guys. I was that into, all of the things I was seeing.
You'll remember the most, then.
If I had to describe the film, I would say it's sort of a film like if Travis Bickle put on a Santa Claus suit instead of driving a taxi. It's just this kind of weirdo character study about a psycho who really wants to be Santa Claus.
Yeah, no, this was a fun movie to watch. I think it was a lot more creative than Black Christmas. It was, I, from moment to moment, wasn't exactly sure what this guy was going to do. And I felt like his motives were sometimes very erratic. Whereas, you could say, compared it to Taxi Driver, I feel like, at least in that movie, you kind of know why he's upset. And this one, it's a little bit more mysterious. It's the things that he gets upset about too seem kind of all over the place.
Yeah, you don't know when he's going to blow up. The scene outside the church is a perfect example. In this scene, there's just some people leaving a Christmas mass, and as they step out of the church, someone's like, haha, you're dressed like Santa Claus, and he's like, what the fuck? And he just flips out and kills 3 people in cold blood.
Yeah, and I guess he was going there to kill that junior executive and his boss or something. He was mad at them because they were at the mass, right?
Yeah, I believe but they weren't killed, right? No, they were killed.
He immediately got too angry at those basically church punks
Them smart talking Catholics.
Yeah.
It's so smarmy.
Well, okay, let's back up for a sec, though, guys. Let's back up a second.
Yeah.
As a child, this main character, Harry, and his brother see Santa giving gifts or leaving gifts under the tree, and then they go back upstairs. But our main character sneaks back down and sees Santa Claus getting a little frisky with his mom, which then traumatizes him into creating naughty and nice lists as an adult while he works as a manager of a toy factory. He then puts on a suit and decides he's going to give nice children gifts, but kind of the adults of the town gang up and take out this Frankenstein-esque sort of torch-bearing... They all... Apparently the parents are against him, the kids are with him, and it ends... well, we'll let you see the movie. But all of these things, if he's trying to create the Santa Claus myth through his own life.
Yeah, and like when you said that the children save him at the end, it's throughout the film. It's not like he had like someone was trying to kill him, so he killed them, like in a self-defense thing. He just like full out like murders people, and then at the end of the movie, these kids are like, "Oh, it's Santa Claus," and the kids save him, and it's so fucking bizarre and weird, and you're just like nodding your head like, cool, I'm cool with this. Like, I guess this works.
Well, I'll tell you this. I found it really hilarious. The long scene of his dad dressed as Santa Claus, obviously, putting the moves on his mom, but it's him just like kneeling in front of her and rubbing her legs. And that's what traumatizes
like they were like trying to do like basically an oral sex scene, but it's a very odd scene, you know.
It's not very sexy.
No, and it goes on for a little too long.
Didn't he think that guy was not his father, and that's what made him... See, I was under the impression, because like he was like in the bedroom with his brother, and he's like, that's not Dad, that's someone else. So was it the fact that someone else was doing that to his mom, and not his dad that fucked him up?
Well, I thought he was saying that's not Dad, like that's actually Santa Claus.
Yeah,
and I think that the fact that his mom besides his dad like fucked him up or something.
No, I think it's realizing that the parents had lied to them about Santa Claus, and this joy that Santa Claus brought him is now giving him some sexual traumatic thoughts because it's actually his dad.
Yeah, but we never really find out if he still thought that was Santa Claus, but just thought it was Santa Claus going down on his mom, or if
that's true,
or if he figured it out and made the connection that it was his dad.
I guess it's open to interpretation, and maybe that's why it's such a good film.
Yeah, like you're thinking about it after, like long after you watch it, you're just like, what did I just watch? Because the film has some pretty, I wouldn't say outrageous gore scenes, but there is a lot of blood in it. And he does outright murder people, but then it's like made by this guy who wants to incorporate family values into that. So it has a little something for everybody, but it works in its own terms. It never really felt unbalanced to me.
It kind of feels like a like a traditional sort of Christmas story where somebody's trying to bring back like real Christmas values, except he's just going about it in the completely wrong way.
Yeah, it's like if Bill O'Reilly made this film, because he wants to incorporate, family values into Christmas, but he's also kind of like this psycho kind of guy. So there might be some people getting chopped up from, you never know.
At first, he's not donning the Santa gear. He's just creating naughty and nice lists of the kids in his neighborhood or that he interacts with. But then one of his employees at the toy factory lies to him about about not being able to work one day. And then when he sees that employee getting drunk at a bar and making fun of him, that's what makes him go full-on Santa. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yeah, he's like just really unstable. I think that was just sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, you know. Regardless if it was involved with Christmas, he was about to go psycho.
So his compulsions were all Santa Claus related with naughty and nice lists, but it wasn't until this that, okay, I gotcha.
But the initial confrontation came about when that guy was like, "Yeah, fuck Christmas. Christmas sucks."
Is that when he steals his sandwich?
Oh yeah, there was some thievery of a sandwich. Yeah,
It's just right in front of him. Yeah, just grabs it out of his hands.
Yeah, I can't understand. Like, I get that this guy is supposed to be annoying, but like, has anyone ever been like that much of a dickhead that they're also like, "Hey, mind if I have a bite of that sandwich that's in your hand?"
yeah.
Yeah, he's an asshole. I guess that. I mean, yeah, it just all kind of builds this. I mean, and it could be argued that's the only intentional murder. That's the only one that he really plans out, is killing
True.
that guy. The other ones seem to just happen.
What about when he planned out how to put mud all over his face and then grab at that kid in the bushes? That was kind of well planned out.
Yeah,
don't you think?
yeah, that didn't work out for him, but fucking psycho.
Yeah, what a weird thing to do.
It was so weird.
But this movie,
that's the weird thing to do.
Yeah, that's the one weird thing in this movie. So, I was going to say just real quickly that this movie has just the best characters, but my favorite is the boy from the scene where Harry is walking on one side of the neighborhood, or one side of the street, and the kids are on the other side of the street, and someone asks Harry what he wishes for or something, and then all the kids start saying what they wish for Christmas, like a new toy truck or something. And one of the kids just yells out so the whole neighborhood can hear, "I want a new subscription to Penthouse."
Yeah, a lifetime subscription, I think. Yeah, no, that's Oscar. Yeah, that's the kid he goes after. Because, like, the first scene when he's, like, writing down good or, like, the naughty and nice lists, he is spying on the children in the neighborhood, and Oscar is reading a Penthouse.
Wait, I think actually his name's Moss. Let me look it up.
Moss Garcia. Yeah, because there's Moss Garcia and Moss's mother. Moss is played by Peter Newman, and Moss's mother is played by Patricia Richardson. You want to know what her probably most famous role is? She was Jill Taylor in Home Improvement.
Really?
Before Home Improvement, she was in the 1980 classic film Christmas Evil.
Yeah, you want this on your resume as an actor. I mean, if you were trying to get work in the 1980s, especially the early 1980s, if they saw Christmas Evil, you were employed at that moment.
Okay, so here's something I want to bring up, and Max, I'd really like your opinion on this, okay?
Okay.
At the Christmas party that he goes to, like the Toy Factory Christmas party, they're talking about how they give money to this. It's not an orphanage, but I believe it's like for kids with special needs. They get toys, but they don't get every toy because the business can't afford to do that sort of thing and stay afloat. And one of the guys is explaining that to Harry, and then Harry flips out and robs the factory of all the toys to bring to this place. I'm confused at who, like, so the Toy Factory is supposed to be evil because they can't just give away everything they make?
See, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, where you don't really know, like, the things that set this guy off are very strange. Like, he didn't even know that they were going to give any presents to this, like, this place at all. And now he's, like, really upset that they can't. He thinks the company's evil because they might not give presents to every kid.
Yeah, Harry's insane. He doesn't understand that if you charge for the toys, there's not going to be a Toy Factory next year.
Yeah.
And I just need to go back a little bit. Like, I'm still confused at, like, why it took him so long to don a Santa Claus outfit when he has volumes and volumes of naughty and nice lists on his bookshelf.
I was wondering, too, like, how long has this been going on?
Okay, let's just go to one more funny scene, I thought, and maybe you guys, I don't know. When he tries to actually climb down the chimney of that house.
When he tries to wedge his fat ass down that chimney, but he can't do it, and he just has to give up.
Yeah.
And I was certain that he was going to, like, somehow get his stomach down into the chimney, but then he was just like, you know what, I give up. And there's just a whole... How long does it go on for?
It's a long scene.
It would have been just as much for him to drive up in his van and go, well, I'm not fitting in there, and then just breaking into the window.
You keep on mentioning the van. It's like so easy to forget, but this crazy guy that's obsessed with kids is driving around in this like really creepy van.
There's a sleigh painted on the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a painting done by a psycho. You know, it's not like it doesn't look good. You know, and you're just like you're processing this, but I don't know like how you guys felt. But when I was watching the movie, I was like, okay, this is a little weird, but I'm going with it, and it just kind of spoon feeds you this weird shit. So like halfway through the movie, you're just like, okay, I'm cool with this. But if you would have jumped in right at the middle, you're like, this is fucking batshit insane.
It almost seems like a lot more real that way, because like it's like this isn't the way a movie would present this character usually. This is like something that would happen in real life. Like if somebody was that insane, it would be like little weird things like that would set them off. But it seems like it doesn't necessarily make sense in the movie world.
It's just so bizarre to talk about because it's just a really weird and bizarre film.
Yeah.
But I was going to say at Pumpkin Spice Podcast, if we ever come up with an award, you know, like a special award that will give people in the film industry that maybe have been neglected, we should really give an award to the producers of this film for, again, looking at the script, saying, okay, we'll make this movie. And they did it. They fucking made this movie, and it's brilliant. It's great.
Well, I'll tell you, we've got a couple more for the holiday season. So I would say at our year-end review episode, we give some awards out, and we can email these people and see if they accept the rewards as well.
I would love to talk to the producers of Christmas Evil and just shake their hands and be like, you know what? Congratulations. No one else would have produced this, and it turned out pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I think that is a great idea. I'd love if anyone has any contacts to anyone in Hollyweird, send them our way.
Yeah, if anybody knows Lewis Jackson, get a hold of us. We'll have a sit down, and I'm prepared to make an offer for any of the soldier toys if they are still available.
Covered with blood.
There's a lot of errors in this movie, but there's one thing that really jumped out at me, and I just need to get it off my chest, guys. Harry slept in that creepy Santa van after killing all of those people at the church in the parking lot of the toy factory.
Yeah.
So B, there's someone on the loose in a Santa costume killing people that the police know about. And then there's a giant van outside of a toy company with a Santa sleigh painted on it. Yeah. And no one decided to say anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's this movie takes place in New York City, and you would think that like hours within the first murder, they'd be like kicking in that van door, and getting them out of there. Did Christmas Evil and Black Christmas take place in the same town? Because the cops are pretty inept, aren't they?
Yeah,
Shit.
Both cases. It does. It's weird. Like, aside from like a few shots of like skyscrapers, of the skyline of New York, it feels way more like it's in a small town.
Yeah,
it does have a
like
small town vibe.
New York or something.
There's the scene of him digging the dirt.
Yeah,
put it in the bag, and you can see like the Empire State Building in the background, and the Twin Towers at the time. So you're like, okay, so this is going to be a movie about New York City, you know? Because I'm always kind of interested in where movies take place.
Sure.
But then it goes into like this small town kind of vibe.
Yeah, where in New York would would this place be?
I read, I guess, that in 1981 was the most violent year in New York City history. And this movie came out in 1980. So what do you think sparked that off, guys?
Obviously, Christmas Evil.
And Rob, you're in New York City right now. You're probably still feeling the effects.
It's like throwing a boulder into a pond, my friend. Sometimes those ripples never end.
Wow. Poetic. Beautiful.
So, any final thoughts, guys?
Go watch Christmas Evil with your family and just see what happens.
See at what point everybody just loses their mind.
I would say it is a really great one to watch on Christmas Eve, and don't tell anyone you're putting it in. I think that's a phenomenal idea, Graham.
Yeah, just be like, hey, I got a Christmas movie. Let's watch it. It's got Santa Claus and stuff. And just see how long it takes before they start to catch on.
It's pretty quick, I think.
Make it the surprise hit of the holiday season. But yeah, I would totally recommend this movie. I would say be prepared because it may be a little bit long in parts.
But the movie's only an hour and a half, so it's not like it's gonna kill your evening.
It truly is creepy, though. Like, I mean, the main character, like, there may not be like a lot of action in this movie, but it's made up by just like being scared of this creepy Santa guy.
I just want to say the scene where he puts on the beard in the mirror and then is like tugging on it and laughing because it won't come off.
It's me.
If you watch that and then put on the mirror scene in Taxi Driver, you know, you're talking to me, you're talking to me. Your head will explode. Those two scenes are just so amazing and put together. Watch out, your head may explode.
Hey, Max, do you have a holiday movie you think we should watch next?
I don't have one. A horror
Graham?
movie?
Yeah, Graham, do you have one?
Well, I always have some Christmas horror films in mind. I don't want to give it away what we're going to be watching, but let's just say this. In 1984, when this movie was released, my hometown of Wichita, Kansas, I was just like a little kid. I don't remember this. I just remember what my mom was telling me. That they ran ads for this film with Santa coming down the chimney with an axe. And I guess all the parents in Wichita, Kansas threw such a shit fit that they had all advertisements for the film banned on local networks. And they eventually ran the movie out of town once it was released there.
With torches?
With torches, exactly.
Much like in the film we just spoke about.
Also, they got those torches ready fast.
Yeah.
Those guys
were
were
just
ready
there.
for a mob.
Because, you know, the holiday season can be so stressful. And, you know, with family and friends, make a little time for yourself to watch a Christmas horror film and just relax and have fun. That's all I can say.
If you're looking to watch it too, it's free on YouTube.
I felt like the quality on the YouTube stream perfectly reflects this movie. It was streamed off of a TV showing.
Oh, nice.
Okay, guys, this has been a really good one. So thanks again, Graham, Max, and we want to come back next week.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for listening to this episode. Make sure that you rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you find your podcasts. And then if you want to donate a little bit and get some rewards, go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/pumpkinspicepodcast. We also now have a Facebook page. Same name. Go there, like it. We share information and fun stuff.